A dramatic turn of events in Irving along the President George Bush Turnpike. A fiery crash followed by a deadly police-involved shooting. The events happened hours apart, causing a traffic backup that continues tonight. This is video here from the early morning crash. A semi hit a guardrail and burst into flames between MacArthur Boulevard and Gateway Drive. Officers still working the scene were suddenly forced to confront a man who did not stop for the barrier. No one was hurt in that initial crash, but the man was killed by police. Here's Katy Blakey.
Just before 11 a.m., as Irving officers worked traffic around a fiery crash on the Bush Turnpike, an SUV burst through the barriers.
A vehicle at a high rate of speed burst through the barricade. There were two officers that were stationed there trying to protect the public. They gave chase behind that vehicle.
Irving police say the driver eventually stopped and got out holding a knife. The Irving police chief says he backed one officer into a vehicle along the freeway shoulder, and when they were a few feet apart, the officer opened fire.
It was at the point where the suspect would not listen to any of the officers' commands. All attempts at de-escalation apparently didn't work because the person continued to come towards the officer. The officer discharged his service weapon, striking the subject several times.
The suspect died from his injuries. No officers or anyone else was hurt. Irving police have not yet released the suspect's identity or a motive.
We've got to figure out why he burst through the barricade at a very high rate of speed. We have to figure out why he wouldn't heed the officer's attempts for de-escalation to drop the knife.
The officer who fired his gun has been with the department for 15 years. He's on administrative leave while the shooting is being investigated. In Irving, Katy Blakey, NBC 5.